Final Score with Nick Walters on Fox 16.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us on the first Sunday night of April. So the College Basketball National Championship is set between Kansas and North Carolina. After another deep run, Arkansas did fall in the Elite Eight, failing to reach New Orleans for the Final Four. But in Chicago, favors swung in the direction of the Hogs. Going into this week, Nick Smith and Jordan Walsh were the first two Razorback signees since 1988 to play in the McDonald's All-American game in the same year. Already the nation's second-ranked signing class and best in program history, the Hogs welcomed another to the family in Anthony Black. With a trio of 5-stars set to hit the hill and 3 4-stars joining them, the hype around next season's team is maybe at an all-time high. Later, we're going to get into those future Hogs, but let's start with the 2 All-Americans from right here in Central Arkansas, each the pride of North Little Rock. Nick Smith capped off his stellar high school career as a state finals MVP, a 5-star recruit, and a starter in the McDonald's All-American game, while Oregon signee Kel'el Ware can say the same. For 2 of the best ballers Arkansas Preps has ever seen, this week was a cherry on top before going to college.
Headed to Arkansas, and Smith with the floater.
Dylan Mitchell, great finish by
Kel'el Ware.
The month of March has had a whole lot of madness, and it's been one to remember for a pair of 5-stars that shined on the court behind me last season. 3 weeks after winning the 6A state final, Razorback signee Nick Smith and Oregon signee Kel'el Ware not only played in, but started in the McDonald's All-American game. 2 players from the same city in the same school showing out in front of NBA scouts on national television. Both Ware and Smith represented the state with a whole lot of pride.
That's a great experience. Just been able to enjoy the moment with, with especially somebody you've been playing high school with, just be able to go on the big stage and play with.
Going really hard. Oh, there's some intensity.
Just been able to go at the McDonald's, not everybody's able to be nominated for that or even just get to go to it, and just being able to represent Arkansas and North Little Rock, that's great.
Nick Smith Jr., the elevation.
Have an opportunity just to be around the guys and be around a lot of high-level competition. It's definitely something I can't take for granted. And 20 years later from now, I get to look back on what I got to accomplish, and it was a very humbling experience for me and my family. 2 All-Americans being on starting on the same team. It was a fun experience playing with him, and it's definitely a duo that will be missed. Because Kel'el made a lot of stuff easier for me. I'm pretty sure he's going to have a good career at Oregon, and I'm going to try to do the same at Arkansas.
I thought I've done everything as a coach. I've been done it for 31 years, and we won state championships, and I got to coach all-star games. And after being there this past week, I can say I hadn't done it all for sure. That was an unreal experience, and it was so cool to see the starting lineup and Nick and Kel'el walk out there on the floor together in the McDonald's All-American game. I was just probably one of the most proudest moments as a coach that I'd experienced.
The McDonald's All-American game returned to Chicago this week as the event was put on for the first time in 3 years. Of 24 selections nationwide, these 2 hailed from the natural state.
And it's stolen by Kel'el Ware. Ahead to his high school teammate, Nick Smith Jr. They were champions in Arkansas at North Little Rock High School.
Well, I love it that they're high school guys that stayed into a regular, traditional high school deal, and it was so cool that I coached them. They're both from North Little Rock. I thought that was cool. I think it's very cool that they're both from the state of Arkansas. And that really tells you how strong Arkansas basketball is in the high school, in the prep level, and in the grassroots level, in the summer of the AAU stuff. It really shows you how good the programs are, the coaches are here, and then obviously how good the players are.
The 6th-ranked recruit in the nation, Smith reportedly flashed brilliance in practice and talent showcases.
Nick Smith put it down.
16th-ranked Ware impressed scouts too, the 7-footer coming up big in the All-American game. The future Hog and the future Duck both scored 8 points on Tuesday night, while Ware also tallied 10 boards.
I had fun just spending time with the players that's ranked high. I feel like I did good, just being able to show the scouts what I was able to do and just turn some heads. So
I got reports from all kinds of coaches that were there, and they all said the same thing, that the NBA scouts were wowed by Nick and Kel'el. I think their stock, or however you want to put it, really rose after that experience doing that. They love Nick's motor and just everything he brings to the table, and Kel'el's his potential, and to see how much better he has with his motor, and how more consistent that is, and they just wowed him. And during the game, I had friends calling, texting me saying, man, they're saying this on the broadcast, they're saying that on the broadcast, and really praising Nick and Kel'el. And that's not just from the game. All that stuff comes from the week preparing. They would practice, twice a day for 2 or 3 days, and there's where you really get an idea, and you can really see a players through their practice and or practice ethic, how hard they work, and stuff like that, and that's what really wowed them. The game was just kind of icing on the cake.
Well, the practice was like one of the things I was looking forward to. I came to practice very locked in. I feel like I separated myself from a lot of others. Some felt like I was the best player there, but at the same time, I just felt like I was just another guy just playing with the game I loved, and I just went out there and just competed hard, and just did everything I was working on for that time period, and it just showed in practice. And I just had a unbelievable experience there, and the game was fun, and the dunk contest and stuff was fun, and it was just a fun experience for me.
As for what's next for the 2 all-star ballers, Smith gets ready to join Eric Musselman in Fayetteville as the Hogs come off their Elite 8 run, while Ware will hit Eugene, Oregon to continue his athletic career. Their high school head coach says, on the next level, both 5-star prospects bring pro potential to the table.
I've always said that, he's elite by his skill set, and he's elite by his athleticism, but I think he's different from even those elite players in his drive and his passion and his energy level that he plays with every single day. Not just game day, not just the day before game. I'm talking about every day, all day. And I've talked to Coach Musselman, and he says I can't wait to coach him because he knows how hard he works and how driven he is to be better and to win. His whole deal is he wants to win. And so I know Coach can't wait to get his hands on him, and I'm super excited to see his improvement with Coach Musselman, because Coach Musselman has a great track record of developing players and producing players to play in the NBA. We saw Kel'el be very productive and very, very successful against that level of competition. What the scouts are saying is his potential is out the roof, and for being a 7-foot guy that can move like he moves, that can shoot the ball on perimeter like he moves, and all the questions that they have about Kel'el, I think he's answering those. It's taken a little time, but he's answered those questions, and I can't wait to see him in a college program that monitors everything he puts in his body. Every second of his day is going to have some rhyme and reason on what you're doing on that time, and to see his growth after that, I see there's no way that he won't reach his potential. And his potential is, some say, could be the 1 or 2 or 3 draft pick in the NBA pretty soon.
Hey, he's one of the greatest.
Johnny Rice has had no shortage of success at North Little Rock, taking home hardware numerous times. But he says this pair of All-Americans may be the best he's ever coached.
I'm a champ now, baby.
Yeah, I can't say that Kel'el and Nick put Arkansas on the map, but I can sure say that I feel very confident saying that they've sure highlighted the state of Arkansas. And people could see that. You got 2 guys from the same state, same city, that started in the McDonald's All-American, not just played in, they started, and that really does highlight the state of Arkansas, and really does show that. I know per capita, the amount of Division I players we put out per capita is maybe one of the highest in the country, and that really shows you how strong Arkansas youth basketball is.
Here's some of his fondest memories he'll take away from grooming the raw talent of Kel'el Ware over the years, and with fiery, passionate Nick Smith in his senior season quest for a state title.
With Kel'el, I know a year ago, going into the state tournament, I said, Kel'el, if you do this or that, or you play this way, you're the best thing on the floor, and you make us the best team in the state. And then in the state tournament, he did those things. and he was named the MVP. And I can remember whenever they announced him as the MVP, I gave him a hug and I said, "You see what I'm talking about? I promised you, if you would play to your potential, what I tell you, we would be the best team in the state," and we were. And him winning the MVP, I think that's what it really catapulted him to the point to where he had a great summer, and they gave him the confidence to know that he could be the player that he is. My biggest deal on Nick is I saw how driven he was all year and how hard he worked, and especially how locked in he was right before the state tournament. And my biggest memory with him is giving him a hug when the game was over and we had won it, because I really wanted him to win one, because I saw how hard he worked and how hard he prepared for it.
Well, that time period, man, I was just super locked in. You know, I didn't really care about anything other than winning that state championship. Before the game, you know, I had, you know, scout reports on every single player of what they did and did do, on to, you know, the star player, on to the 12th man on the bench, you know. But, you know, that just comes with me just being me. You know, I want to win, and, you know, I do everything it takes to win. And, you know, I studied the game, and, you know, I played the game, I studied the game, and I work on my craft each and every day.
To me, that was so satisfying to be able to do that, him winning, and to be able to share that moment with him.
Us as a team overcame a lot of obstacles this year, and, you know, I just came out a state champion, and can't nobody take that away from me.
J.D. Note announced today that he won't be returning to the team, so Nick Smith and company looks to keep the program in good hands. After the break, let's set our sights on next year's Razorbacks. Nick Smith is the man headlining the future Hogs in national ranks. He'll tell us about an eventful week in Chicago and why the sky is the limit for next season's Razorback.
You're watching Final Score on Fox 16.
Well, Razorbacks basketball has reached new heights over the last 2 seasons, making the Elite Eight in back-to-back years, a round they hadn't seen since the mid-90s. And the wheels on the Muss bus keep going round and round, maybe hitting faster speeds than thought imaginable, because this cycle of incoming freshmen is the best the school has ever seen. Per 24/7 Sports, Arkansas reels in 6 top 100 recruits, including 3 5-stars in the top 25. Anthony Black's commitment this week at the McDonald's All-American game brought a great signing class to a whole new level. Before Black's commitment on Monday night, Nick Smith told the media he had supported any decision, and why he would, make no mistake, he was a Hogs salesman in Chicago, pitching Arkansas to the top undecided prospect in the whole nation.
Well, what I said in that interview was cap. You know, I was recruiting him the whole time I was there. You know, I mean, it was 5 days, you know, they gave me an opportunity to, you know, just to talk to him about it.
Headed to the Hogs, already the #2 recruiting class in the country, with Nick Smith on the left, Jordan Walsh on the right, 2 top 10 players.
I'm not going to tell you something that you want to hear. I'm going to tell you the truth. And, you know, if you're going to come play with us, you know, you just want to come play with us, and that's that. If you want to go somewhere else, you know, I mean, I'm 100%, you know, with you on that.
Anthony Black scoops it in.
Me, him, and Jordan has got pretty close organically. It wasn't forced or anything like that. And, you know, me and AB was already close before that. And, you know, just me, him, and Jordan was just hanging out all the time.
Oh, nifty finish by Jordan Walsh.
You know, I just told him, like, if you come here, bro, it's going to be a fun experience. You know, the fans already love you and stuff like that. And, you know, what Coach Musk has for us, his story, you know, is going to be unbelievable. But
Black leaves it for Bailey.
It's going to be a fun time, you know, especially just, you know, playing with, you know, high-level guys. But at the same time, we got to come in and, you know, be ready to work and be ready to, you know, take a lot of bumps and bruises, because that's going to happen. That's just life in general. And, you know, we just got to come in with a winner's mentality. And if we come in with that, you know, the sky's the limit.
Anthony Black ahead to Mark Mitchell.
In a winner's perspective, it didn't change anything. You know, we're just still trying to come in and win. And I'm pretty sure the players going to go in there and play their roles. And, you know, I'm pretty sure Coach Musk's going to have a lot to do with that. And, you know, we just try to come in, you know, just work hard. You know, that's what we're going to try to do. And, you know, obviously we have a lot of high-level guys coming in. And we got high expectations from fans, but at the same time, we're still going to be 17, 18 years old, 19 years old, try to figure out how to play against 23, 24-year-old guys. And, you know, we just got to come in and, you know, be willing to be coachable and, you know, take the bumps and bruises. And that's just, you know, that's what just come with it. You know, we just got to come in and work and, you know, and compete. That's basically what it all comes down to.
Jordan Walsh with the beautiful finish.
Anthony Black completing the 5-star Hog trio is one of many memories Smith will take away from Chicago. Black and Jordan Walsh both scored 4 points and tallied 3 boards, while Smith put up 8 points. But between practices, scrimmages, the dunk contest, and the All-American game, the homegrown Hog reportedly turned heads of NBA scouts left and right, boosting his stock. And most importantly, he enjoyed a once-in-a-lifetime experience competing with the best America has to offer.
Nick Smith Jr., the elevation.
And Nick Smith showing off his athleticism.
A lot of, like, every NBA scout was there in attendance and practices, and, you know, I tried to come in there with a killer's mentality. You know, I also tried to get everybody else better around me. I tried to go in there and show what I can do offensively and defensively. And, you know, my competitive nature was, you know, I feel like that's just always going to be with me. I just went in there and just be myself, you know. I try not to change for anybody. You know, if anybody know me for real, you know, I'm always going to be Nick Smith Jr. That's just who I am, and, you know, I'm always going to be like that. So I just try to come in, you know, compete, you know, I got a lot of good reports about that, and, you know, I just got to keep working. You know, I had a lot of stuff going on right now, and basically a fun time right now. So I just got to keep, I got to lock in and, you know, keep getting better, and, you know, sky's the limit.
Nick Smith is building a resume that's rivaled by very few Arkansas born and bred ballers, and he's already filled out the early portion of his basketball bucket list. Earning a 5th star? Check. Ranked as a top 10 recruit in the nation? Check. Currently at number 6 per ESPN. Being a finalist for the National High School Basketball Player of the Year award? You guessed it, check. Set to join his home state Hogs.
I'll be committed to University of Arkansas.
Thankfully for Razorback fans, check, as he pledged last fall as the program's most touted commit in history. How about going out as a state champion and earning MVP honors? Did that, done that, good. And finally, starting in the McDonald's All-American game. Check. Plus a whole lot of 10s in the dunk contest. But despite all those accolades, Smith is staying humble and hungry, knowing that the job isn't done and most of his story is still unwritten. He'll take that mentality to the Hill and beyond.
But he wants to make a life back home in Arkansas. He wants to make sure that he's the mayor of Little Rock by the time he finishes off.
And there he is with the floater.
I just put my trust in God. You know, I have a great team around me to remind me each and every day that, you know, you're not even close to where you really want to be at, you know, because anything can happen from now and then. And I keep my circle very close, very, very close with being, you know, I feel like it shows because, I mean, I feel like I'm you know, a lot of people just sees me as a high profile guy, but, you know, the people around me know that, you know, I'm just a regular dude, just play basketball sometimes and just love doing what I do. And, you know, I feel like I'm just a regular dude, just going around having fun and, you know, having fun with people and, you know, just doing me. You know, that's basically what, you know, my mama taught me that a lot. Just, you know, just don't really change for anybody, you know, be respectful. But at the same time, you know, don't really, don't let your actions change for anybody. You know, just try to, you know, be your own person and, you know, lead by example and never be a follower. And, you know, I always took that to heart, and, you know, she always been telling me that ever since I came out the womb. And yeah, man, I just try to, my family is a big part of who I am today.
Well, Arkansas might have not made the Final Four, but after getting a glimpse of those future Hogs in the Windy City, Hog fans can't wait to see how it all pans out on the Hill next season. Well, after the break, let's look ahead to football a little bit. College teams are in spring practices. We'll check out one local team. Stay here.
You're watching Final Score.
We appreciate you taking some time out of your Sunday evening to join us for Final Score. It should be so fun to see next season's Razorbacks basketball team gel together and take aim for their deepest run since the championship squads of the 90s. Well, for all the hardworking men and women on the floor and in the booth, I'm Nick Walters. Have a great night and a splendid first week of April. We'll see you next Sunday right here on the Final Score.